clear? Clear to all?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will share the
Yes,
PPT.
ma'am.
We'll look into one, one, uh, one glance at what we studied on Wednesday, and then we proceed with the chapter. Just one glance we will have. Okay, all of you can see the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
One second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
One second. Just a minute. One second. Give me a second.
Ma'am, your voice is too low.
Ma'am, you're muted.
Yes, dear. One second. I'm muting myself. One second.
அப்பா அப்படியே ஃபேன் போனேன். Ma'am, I can't hear you. Lydia, can you mute?
Okay. Can you hear me? Girls, can you hear me?
Ma'am, your voice is too low.
Yes, yes,
Yes, ma'am.
My voice is too low.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No,
Can
ma'am,
you
your
hear
voice
me?
is proper.
No,
All
ma'am.
of you can hear me?
Yes,
All of you
yes,
can hear
ma'am.
me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you. Your voice is not low.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Kindly mute your mic, children, all of you. Let me proceed with the lesson. Mute your mic.
disable mics.
Kindly mute your mic. Okay. We learnt in the last class. I'll just one glance at what you learnt in our previous class, and then I will proceed with the lesson. All of you just look into the screen. It is about a matter. We have got to know. We learned that anything that occupies space and has a mass, we call them as matter. Then everything, whatever you can see, touch, smell, taste, whatever things in your surrounding are considered to be matter. Now, when you look at any matter, it looks smooth and continuous but when you exactly look into the matter, it is mainly composed of many tiny particles called atoms. Now, what is an atom? You need to know this thoroughly because this academic year, we're going to learn in detail about. Please unmute your mic, dear, whoever it is. The background noise is too much. Okay. I said unmute your mic. If you're not interested, please leave the class, dear. I'm not forcing you to sit here.
Ma'am, I can't unmute my mic because my brother's class is also going on.
Everyone.
How could you say that? If your brother class is going on, it's both of you are in the same room. Can't you sit elsewhere where it is quiet? Yes, dear. Who is
Excuse
this?
me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you add one girl?
What happened? I have to come back again to add one girl. Why you are not supposed to ask me in the class when I'm teaching, dear? When I started my teaching, you cannot disturb me like this. Somebody can send a link to her, isn't it?
No, ma'am, I sent it her
Ma'am.
link, but she's not.
Ma'am, there is an option to send the link.
Somebody send a link,
What?
dear. You're not supposed to ask
Ma'am, I
me.
already sent it her.
Somebody else kindly send a link to her. You please
Ma'am,
tell one
what
of your
is
friends
her
who
name?
she is. You're disturbing my class. What's the name? What's the name, dear? Come
Ma'am,
on. What's the name? Spell.
yes, ma'am.
Spelling. Tell me the spelling.
S
I'm
K
inviting her. S
S
A.
K A U.
No, what's her name?
No, ma'am, something Scato Mobile.
Pardon? No, that is her email ID, dear. She always enters the class with her old email ID.
I asked her email ID, so she sent it this email ID.
Her name is not there. Ask her the name.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe you invite her with her name, dear. Maybe automatically she will join the class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
If please tell her if she's not able to join the class, she must inform her class teacher. Class teacher number is with her. Ask her class teacher to add her into the class. Did you understand?
ma'am.
Please tell her to consult her class teacher about it. So now let us proceed with what I was talking to you all about an atom. It is the smallest unit of matter, and all these atoms combine together, two or more atoms combine together in order to form what is called as molecules. I want to give you one example for a molecule. All of us know that water is a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. So hydrogen and oxygen combine together, both the atoms of hydrogen and oxygen atoms combine together to form what is called as molecules. Now, these atoms are made up of subatomic particles. All um, uh, the, this is the structure of one atom, a carbon atom. Understood? The carbon atom has been taken as an example here. This is the structure of an atom, and within an atom, what you see is there are two places. One is the center core, the center part, and that center part is called as nucleus. And this nucleus bear protons and neutrons. The charged one, the plus signed ones are called protons. The blue color, which has plus sign, those are positively charged particle. And the uh, other uh, structures, what you are finding there, they don't have any charges within them. There is no other, neither plus sign nor minus sign. They are called neutrons. Okay. Then surrounding nucleus, there is an orbit. Orbit yesterday, but day before yesterday, we discussed what is an orbit. It is an imaginary path. Even we find in our solar system, isn't it? Sun is at the center. All 8 planets revolve around the sun. They revolve in their own orbit. We have learned that in our lower classes, and that orbit is not somebody drawn lines for them. It is an imaginary path where the planets start move. Planets revolve around the sun. Same way, the nucleus will be at the center, which consists of both protons and neutrons, and surrounding it, you find an imaginary paths, maybe um, 2 paths. It can be only 1 path, 2 path, 3 path, where negatively charged particles called electrons keep revolving around the nucleus. This is the structure of an atom. So hence we say that atoms are made up of subatomic particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. This year, you're going to learn in detail about them. Now, coming to a molecule, when 2 or more atoms combine together, they form what is called as a molecule. Now, when same type of atom, for example, one oxygen atom combines with another oxygen atom. Combining means they are bonded together. Understood? So when they combine together, same type of atom, oxygen atom, another oxygen atom, combine together, forming what is called as one molecule of oxygen. Understood? One atom of oxygen combined with another atom of oxygen, what is called as molecule of an
But
what is called as molecule, and they form an element. Girls, mute your mic. Throughout the class, I must keep telling you, mute your mic. Who is that?
Divya.
Divya Kotari, ma'am.
Divya Kothari. What is wrong with you, child? Do not unmute your mic. And you're sitting in such a noisy place where somebody is screaming there. What is this? Back to lesson, children. This is what I call nuisance. I told you I am not ready for all these things. Please avoid such things. If you are interested in lesson, you please sit quietly and listen. If you are not interested, please leave the class and go. So the molecule which is made out of same type of atom are said to be called as elements. And there are different types of atoms which combine together or bonded together, and they also form a molecule, but those are called as compounds. Understood? Compounds are ones or a type of molecules which have different types of atoms. Elements have a kind of molecule which have same type of atoms. Understood, all of you? Next.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
these matter, all of you have learned this from your lower classes. Matter has been classified into three categories or three states, that is solid, liquids and gases. Solids have, all of us have learned this, have a definite shape and volume. Liquids have a definite volume but no definite shape. It takes the shape of the container. And gases have neither a definite shape nor a definite volume. So that is what we have learned earlier. Now some of the properties of solid, liquid and gases, when we look into that, what do we find here? Shape. The property, the first property is about the shape. In solids, they all have a definite shape because all the molecules are arranged. They are closely arranged, very closely arranged. They are rigid, isn't it? Then coming to liquid, they the shape, they take the shape of the container. The solids have a definite shape because all the molecules are molecular arrangement is so tight, they're tightly packed and hence they have a definite shape. Whereas in liquid, the molecules are since they take the shape of the container, they do not have a particular shape. When whichever container, whatever kind of container you pour them, the liquid take the shape of the container. Then coming to gases, they also take the shape of the container, but they also do not have a definite shape as solids have. Coming to volume, solids have a definite volumes. If you place some solid substance in one place, it occupies certain amount of space. Okay, then when it comes to liquid, liquid have a definite volume because it occupies the shape of the any container you pour them, the liquids occupy certain amount of space, and that hence it has got a definite volume. Coming to gases, it fills the complete container. In whichever container the gas is being filled, it will fill complete container. So it doesn't have a definite volume. Understood? Coming to arrangement of particles, um, our particles are all very, very well arranged in a solid. So hence we say that they've got a fixed arrangement. They're very closely, tightly packed. Then coming to liquid, it is random. Random arrangement is not exactly like in solids. It is all scattered here and there, but they are less closely packed compared to solid. Solids are very closely packed and liquids are less closely packed. Coming to gases, also random arrangement. The arrangement of particles are very random, scattered all over. The molecules are all scattered here and there. Then they are very far apart from each other. They are at a very uh, far distance from each other. Understood? They're away from each other. That would be the appropriate word. Now coming to interactions between our particles. What happens? The interaction between solids is very strong. Interaction means two molecules are very attracted towards each other, so hence they are held tightly. In liquid, it is not so, it is also strong compared to gases. Okay, there is no interaction between two molecules in gases, hence they are free to move around everywhere, anywhere. But compared to gases, in liquid, you find the interaction between one molecule to another molecule is stronger compared to gases. But compared to liquid, in solids, the interactions is very strong. Now, yeah, so matter has got matter has been classified as pure substances, and you find a mixture on the other side. Under pure substances, you have further pure substances are divided into elements and compounds. Then here under mixture, you come across two types of mixtures: homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. You have learned this homogeneous and heterogeneous last year, isn't it? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
let us
ma'am.
see what is
Yes,
a
ma'am.
substance. It is a pure substance is said to have a definite composition. You can exactly say that what the pure substance is made up of. For example, we take element. We say element is a pure substance, where we can easily say that the elements have one kind of atom. Elements are made up of one kind of atom. Whereas in compounds also can be stated as it is made up of two or three kinds of atom. Through two or three kinds of atom combined together to form what is called as compound. So the composition can be easily defined. Understood? Now, what is a pure substances? It has got a definite composition. Let me see further. Now, elements already we have spoken enough. We will just go through this, children. It is a substance made up of only one kind of atom. Just now I was telling you all. These elements cannot be broken down into much more simpler substances by any physical or chemical means. Did I happen to tell you? I think with sixth standard I was talking yesterday. When you all of you have used chalk pieces, isn't it? You're very fond of writing using your chalk pieces and writing on the board, especially the teacher's board. You love writing on that, isn't it? I have noticed when you were in
Yes,
lower
ma'am.
classes, maybe in fifth standard, some of you were my students. I have noticed many of you were interested writing on the board. So these chalk pieces, you break them. They will, when you break them, they will break into smaller bits. Further, you go on breaking them. They go on breaking into smaller bits, and finally they reach at one particular point. They cannot be further broken down. They remain as smallest bit. Understood? They remain very smallest bit. So from then onwards, after they reach that smallest bit position, they cannot be further broken down into much more simpler substances. Then they have same atomic number. All the element, most of the elements have same atomic number. Then you will get to know this year what is an atomic number. Then so far there are totally 118 elements. There are 118 elements. Could you somebody mute your mic? Somebody mute your mic. Whoever it is, mute your
I
mic.
can't hear you.
Ma'am, can
Mute
you
your
tell
mic.
Dania to mute her mic?
What's the name, dear?
Dania.
Dhanya.
Tanya.
Tanya or Dhanya?
Ma'am,
DHA.
Dhanya, ma'am.
Dhanya.
No, ma'am.
Dhanya.
Ma'am,
Dania.
she muted her mic. She muted her
Okay.
mic.
Please, dear, very disturbing it is. All of you experience the same. When somebody unmute the mic, you all find it very difficult to hear what I am telling you all, isn't it?
Ma'am,
So
can you
please,
please repeat the sentence that you were speaking before?
Yeah.
Like that girl had unmuted her
There
mic.
are-
I couldn't hear it.
yes, see what happens. So all of you see that, you be aware that you will not unmute your mic unnecessarily. Now listen carefully. There are elements that are found in today's world, and how many elements are there totally? 118 elements have been found. Then all these 118 elements, it is not easy to remember them. Okay, so they have been given names. They have been named. See, we have 42, 43 children in the class, isn't it? I can't remember all of you. I can't keep on saying girly, girls, girls. I cannot talk to you. Sometimes when you are answering, I need to know you. How do I get to know you? By your name, isn't it? You become familiar to me by your name. You cannot, there are many teachers who are coming into your class, but you want to know each teacher's name. Why? So that you can recognize the teacher with her name. Her identity is her name. With the teacher's name, you say, oh, this is my science teacher. She is my science teacher. She is my maths teacher. She's my English teacher. She's my language teacher. Isn't it? Same way, she is Shloka, she is Vedika, she is Sanvi, and she is Dhanya, whoever Dhanya was there. I don't know you, but dear Dhanya, you are in my class. So this is how we recognize. You come out. Your identity is through your name, isn't it? Same way, these symbols have been named, and they have been named, and all the names cannot be remembered, so they are given what? Symbols. They have been denoted by symbols. Understood? Best example I would like to tell you is oxygen. When you say oxygen, every time you cannot keep on writing oxygen, bigger name, hydrogen, bigger name. So they have been cut down, cut short. The only first letter which is denoted with capital, always any symbols of any elements are denoted with capital letter. Understood? So with that, with the help of that capital letter, you are able to recognize what element that is. This is hydrogen. Hydrogen means it has got a symbol H. The first letter is H. So when you look at H, you immediately, automatically, you will recognize that as that is an hydrogen element. When you look at O2, automatically you say O2, it is oxygen. When you say CO2, automatically you say that is carbon dioxide. Understood? That is how each elements are represented by symbols. Now, elements are further classified into metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Now you are going to learn this year in detail about metals, non-metals, and metalloids. What metals are, what non-metals are, what metalloids are. You're going to learn in detail. I'm not going to teach you that now. If I continue as a science teacher for this academic year, I will surely explain all of them in detail further. Now, best examples of elements when we consider, they are diamond, copper, neon gas. Like diamond is one kind of element, copper. Diamond is a non-metal. Understood? Copper is a metal. Some of you might be having copper vessels at home where you fill water in it and drink water. Some of you do that, isn't it? So copper is
Yes,
a
ma'am.
metal, it's an element. Then neon gas. So that comes under metalloids. Understood? So why that come under metalloids? Why neon gases are placed under metalloids? You will learn in detail when I take up the chapter metals, non-metals, and metalloids. One of your or any other
Ma'am.
if you're teaching chemistry, they will teach you. Yes, dear. What is it? Yes, ma.
Ma'am, in periodic table, there are given colors like green, blue, pink. Why is that, ma'am?
They constitute certain elements. Some of the elements, in order to identify them, like you cannot identify them immediately, isn't it? So um, the elements which are belonging to same kind of group, same type of, they have um, same some of the features or characters of those elements will be similar, and such kind of elements are colored with one color. Understood? Based on their
Ma'am,
characters, based on the characters, they show similar characters, and such elements are colored with either pink, orange, green, purple, blue, yellow.
ma'am,
Understood?
so they're randomly just put the color for one element, or is
They
it
are
that
not.
they're making
No, 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 no.
parts?
It is not randomly colored. They are specified and colored. Specifically, they are given color because they all, the ones which are purple in color, they all exhibit same characters. Understood? The ones
Yes,
which are in orange color, they all exhibit similar characters. Ones which are in pink color, they all exhibit same color.
Excuse me,
You
ma'am.
understand? They
thank you,
all
ma'am.
belong to one grade. They all belong to another grade. They all belong to another grade, like that. They are all graded. Like all of you have got standards, your own standard, isn't it? You all belong to 7th standard now, isn't it? Now, each standards, when you go on a picnic, do you remember when you all go on a picnic, you all go with a different color shirts. Your teacher comes and tell uh, this standard, one standard, for example, section A. Every section will have different color. Section A will wear all red color. Section B will wear all blue color. Section C black color. All different t-shirts you wear and go for a picnic. Why? In order to, you all belong to, so when somebody look at you, they say they all color, girls with red color belong to this section, pink color this section, blue color this section,
Excuse me,
like that.
ma'am. Can you please ask
They exhibit
Bhargavi
the
S to
characters.
mute?
Bhargavi S. Bhargavi, kindly mute your mic, dear.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What's this, ma? How many times I must keep requesting you all to mute your mic? You're all 7th standard girls, isn't it? You should be serious now. What is wrong with all girls? Now, so all these things will have various similar characters have been grouped into one color. Hence, you find various colors in the periodic table. Understood? And it is not on one character. It is based on many other things. So as you go further classes, you'll be learn in detail. You'll be learning about in detail about this periodic table. Coming to elements and symbols. Shall I proceed with elements and symbols? I will
Yes, ma'am.
explain this.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what is a symbol? Whatever the abbreviation, in order to represent one element, we use their abbreviation. I already told you they are called as symbols. The chemical, the element, in order to recognize an element, you use an you use a symbol for one element. Hydrogen H, oxygen O2, isn't it? Carbon C, carbon dioxide CO2. Okay, why do you use this abbreviation, these symbols, in order to recognize them? So for each element have been represented with abbreviations, and that is called as symbol. So there are elements which go with one letter symbol, but all the symbols are expressed with capital letters. If you happen to look into a periodic table, you can see all the letters are in capitals. Then there are two letter symbols also, because if the first letter remains the same, for example, when you take carbon, carbon is represented with capital C. Chlorine is also represented with C. The first letter is C. And cobalt is also represented with C. So if you go on representing the different elements with C, 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 will you be able to recognize which is carbon, which is chlorine, which is cobalt? It becomes confusion.
ma'am.
In order to avoid confusion, what they have done is they have the first letter remains capital C itself, but they have taken the second letter. They have taken the second letter, or it can be a third letter, or it can be a fourth letter, like that. Up to 6 letters they have considered one or the other. Either it is second, third, fourth, or fifth or sixth letter that has been considered, and hence that symbolizes. So when you see CO, you can also say that it is cobalt, and C small o becomes cobalt. C capital O is a compound of carbon monoxide. Understood? A compound of carbon, it is called carbon monoxide. Capital C, capital O is carbon monoxide. Then C small l is capital C, small l is chlorine. So you can see the third letter has been considered here. Like that, it is been symbolized. All elements have been symbolized with first letter, as well as a second letter can be a second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth letter has been considered. And we also come across some elements which are having, for example, uh, some elements like silver, gold, lead, iron. All this appears when you look at their names, they appear different. But when you look at their symbols, the symbols also look different. This is because in these some of these elements, the symbols have been considered because they go with their Latin or Greek names. Understood? These elements, whichever I called out, silver, gold, lead, iron, sodium, potassium, they all go with their Latin or Greek names. You have learned this last year, isn't it? So
Yes, ma'am.
silver, the
Yes,
symbol
ma'am.
would have S, but S is the symbol of sulfur. So in order to avoid confusion, they have considered the Latin name of silver, that is argentum, Argentum, argentum. The symbol of argentum is A capital, G small. Ag is the capital of silver. Gold in Latin name of gold is aurum. So AU. Lead is plumbum. So P
PB,
L
ma'am.
M B. B is considered. So second, third, fourth, fifth letter has been considered here. So lead always symbolized with PB. Okay. Iron is called as ferrum. So FeO. I want all of you.
SE.
Yes, girls. I want all of you to learn this thoroughly. What you must learn thoroughly? The
And the Latin word
element,
and the
Latin,
Latin
as well
of
as the
Greek name and
symbol.
symbols, ma'am.
Exactly. You must learn all these letters thoroughly. I think, is it time, children? Wait,
Yes,
do
ma'am.
not leave the class.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
not leave the class.
Yes, ma'am.
1 second.
Ma'am, 11 too.
Yes, dear, I'm coming
Yeah.
back. Let me come back to you all. Before I could.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Just a minute, dear.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, your screen is frozen.
Ma'am, you can share this PPT in the Teams.